This is the second section of Module 6. Now we aim to point out which assessment practices to implement based on the purpose of assessment. If it is summative or formative.
Remember that formative assessment aims to provide insight into learning progress and improve it. In other words, monitors learning through in-depth questioning and dialogue, self and peer assessment, feedback, and guidance on improvement. Summative assessment aims to provide certification and accountability to the public. In other words, evaluates through measuring knowledge acquisition and performance ability concerning learning outcomes. Regardless of which assessment practice you choose, keep in mind three critical points. Validity, the extent to which an assessment tool measures what it was designed to measure. Reliability, the extent to which an assessment tool consistently and accurately measures learning. Equity, emphasizes the social nature of assessment and highlights the need to consider differences that are not the focus of the assessment but could influence the assessment.
In this sense, we present several assessment practices such as standardized tests, a well-known prevalent method of assessment that provides a grade that evaluates, qualifies, and compares students. Performance-based assessment, a non-standardized way of observing learners' performance concerning learning goals and outcomes, including essays, internships, group work, presentations, and portfolios, among others. Self-assessment, an approach that enhances learners' engagement to evaluate the processes and products of their learning outcomes established for a designated degree or curriculum. Peer assessment, a way of engaging students to evaluate the product or performance of other peers, promoting reflection, discussion, and collaboration while building a stronger sense of community. Instructor formative assessment, which consists of feedback, mainly aimed at the performance produced by the student, and feed forward, targeting what can be done in the future, helping the student to think about what can be done differently next time.
This powerful assessment tool is a fundamental part of the learning-teaching process. Good feedback allows for enhancing students' learning, causing a cognitive rather than an emotional reaction. In other words, the feedback must lead to thinking and creating desirable difficulties. So, as a formative assessment feature, the focus should be on what's next instead of how well or poorly the learner performed. In doing so, feedback and feed-forward constitute a recipe for future action.
Finally, we talk about rubrics and exemplars as they allow students to comprehend more clearly how to achieve learning outcomes. A rubric establishes the learning intentions and success criteria, which can encompass the following: task-specific versus generic scoring rubrics, product-focused versus process-focused criteria, official versus student-friendly language.
Whereas exemplars, meaning the use of examples, model papers that exemplify excellent work, provide a great tool to pinpoint concretely what great work means and realize what it is missing from students' work. Now that we have shown all the possibilities of assessment practices, check out the second section of this module to know more.